No, it was, and it was just a case. Time was always catching up with him. He's defied it for so long, but the fact, I just think his brain was working. It's just his body couldn't do what he was asking it for. That was pretty much what it was, and Joe Smith was made for him in many ways. He's a big guy, but he was made for a vintage Bernard Hopkins would have played with him. And the fact, he was a close-ish fight, but he was probably losing in reality, and he got hurt, and he didn't get knocked out, but he got hurt, and he got the only stoppage in his career. Just one fight too many, as we see with so many great fighters who just don't know when to say no. And let's hope we don't see him in the ring again. He's been a fantastic. He's one of the all-time greats. Longevity in this sport is almost unheard of, and he's oversold that by so many years. It's been phenomenal, really has. He started boxing before I did. And look old.
And what do you think about a fight with you and him?
I would love to fight Manny Pacquiao. History shows, man, that the sparring partner is supposed to take over and be the guy. So that's a great fight for fight fans. You've seen us spar. You've seen what we can do.
Oh, you're the first guy to drop him when it wasn't popular. It wasn't happening when he was in his peak.
And you know that but you also know that sparring is different from a fight.
Yeah.
But we're both gonna do everything that we did in sparring.
I know you were 11-0 back then.
Yeah,
you're not 11.
So that's a great fight, man.
Okay. And what about the $20 million to fight Crawford? Realistic? Not realistic?
I don't know, man. He's been a $20 million fighter before. I think he may be asking for a bit more but even though he's a hot guy right now, I don't think he's commanding that much money. I don't know if they can bring that much to the fight, but that's the number that he's used to.
We'll talk Joshua. How do you see the fight going against Vladimir Klitschko?
Well, I'm a big Joshua fan. I have been from day one, and everyone kept saying, "Oh, he's a novice. He's doing this. He's doing that." He has natural attributes. What he has is amazingly fast hand speed for a big man. 17 stone 10 at his last fight. So I'm not going to try and tell you he's better than Ali, but he's certainly better than anything I've seen in my 25, 30 years of running boxing. He has not just the hand speed, but he has the power. If you look further down, to my mind, he has the feet of a middleweight. His movement is getting better and better. The troublesome thing for his opponents is he's improving. At the moment, I think he's the best heavyweight in the world. Over the next few years, he will develop, in my view, into a legendary, one of the all-time greats. Vladimir Klitschko stands in his way on the 29th. I think it's going to be a very painful night for Mr. Klitschko, because I don't know how you defend or how you beat an Anthony Joshua. Too physically too strong, too fast, and hits too hard.
And if he beats Klitschko, can you see him at the end of the year unifying the division, beating Deontay Wilder?
I think the dream is to unify division. Politically, boxing is always difficult because there are so many different governing bodies and so many different mandatories that inevitably at some stage you are forced to giving up a belt rather than have them all under control of one heavyweight. I think the fight we all would like to see, and assuming that Deontay Wilder can do a little better on his own promotion, because he's not a big enough draw in America, let alone outside. But the fight for me to close the year would be Deontay Wilder against Anthony Joshua in one of those barnstorming Las Vegas nights. But along the way, David Price is making some progress coming back. David Haye is always knocking on the door and not quiet in telling you that he is available. Pulev, the European champion, looks like going to be one of the mandatories. We have Ortez under our wing, the Cuban heavyweight who's #1 contender in several divisions. So we're not short. And of course there's a certain Mr. Tyson Fury that one day is going to come back and is going to want to earn some serious money. The only serious money in the heavyweight division is Anthony Joshua.
It's a fight that the UK fans want to see. It'll be huge in the UK. Obviously, me and Brook, we do have our problems, and we do want to, settle the score the right way in the boxing ring and show who the best 147-pound fighter is, because I am coming back down to 147. So You know what? It's I've just left it to my team. I've told my team I want the fight. I've told my advisors. And you know, all boxers fans need to know that I want the fight, and it needs to make sense financially for both of us. You know, if a fight like that happens, it has to be Wembley Stadium. You know, it's a massive fight. It's a fight that could definitely sell out big numbers and make big numbers. So yeah, you know, I think if that fight was to happen, it could happen maybe, you know, summertime or maybe end of the year. It just depends when. Kel wants it, I want it, and let's get the. We, at the moment, we are having the talks, and let's make it happen now. I don't know disrespectful. I mean, I'm not gonna disrespect Kel. I think he's a great fighter. He put in a great fight against Golovkin. Golovkin is a tough guy who a lot of people are scared of. Golovkin came to win the fight, and he did win the fight, but you know, Kel gave it his best. And obviously he fell short, but you know, at the end of the day, he's a great fighter. This is what boxing is about. It's about respecting each other, and also, you know, the best are fighting the best, and I think that's what it's come to now.
Last year, my career, and I want to finish and end in my career in the best way possible. That's why we decided to exchange. I'm not going to be here until my 51st birthday. It's too much for me. I have family. I am concerned of better things. Be a father, 100% is the most important thing in my life, and being a grandfather is going to be great for me. You know, I'm a family man. First than a boxer, you know, and I'm going to be with my family. I know that I did great career, great fights, and it's time to do something else.